I had been fishing the same lake outside Mobile, Alabama for 3 seasons, and I was averaging about 2 or 3 largemouth on a good morning. That was my normal. I had accepted it as what that lake produced. Then I met Cecil Tatum at the bait shop off the highway on a Tuesday in early April. Cecil was 87 years old. He was standing at the counter buying a pack of fathead minnows and a box of Knox gelatin, the unflavored kind. The stuff you find in the baking aisle at any grocery store for about $3. I noticed the gelatin because it did not belong in a bait shop, and I asked him about it, the way you ask a stranger about something that makes no sense. He looked at me for a second, and then he said, "My grandfather showed me this in 1952, and I have never once bought a commercial scent product since I did not know what that meant yet." He offered to fish the same lake that morning, and I said yes, before he even finished the sentence. 6 hours later, Cecil had 47 largemouth. I had 3. We were fishing the same water, same depth, same species, same time of day. The same clouds overhead and the same wind direction across the same cove. The only difference between his bucket and mine at the end of that morning was a $3 box of gelatin he had dusted his baits with before his first cast. I watched him apply it before we pushed off from the bank. He did not make a big production of it. He just wetted his bait slightly in the bucket water, opened the small packet, dusted it on, and rubbed it lightly between 2 fingers. 10 seconds total. Then he dropped his rod in the holder and fired up the trolling motor. I thought he was kidding. He was not kidding. Cecil learned the technique from his grandfather, who fished the bayous around Mobile in the 1940s and early 50s. His grandfather used plain, unflavored gelatin on every natural bait he ran, because he understood something about how fish actually find food in the water that most modern anglers have never been told. Fish are not primarily visual hunters. They sense the water constantly through a system called the lateral line. The lateral line detects pressure changes and chemical signals dissolved in the water column. As a bait moves through the water, it leaves a trail behind it. If that trail contains proteins that match the chemical signature of injured prey, fish lock onto that trail from distances of up to 40 feet and follow it directly to the source. Plain unflavored gelatin is pure animal protein derived from collagen. It is the same type of protein released by a wounded or dying baitfish in the water. One packet dissolved and applied to a bait creates a slow-releasing protein cloud that disperses through the water at exactly the concentration a fish recognizes as food, not a synthetic approximation. Not an oil-based carrier with a fish scent added at the factory. Pure protein dissolving directly off the surface of the bait in real time. The coating holds on the bait surface for roughly 45 minutes before it thins out, which means you reapply after every 45 minutes of fishing. 1 packet from a $3 box of Knox treats, a dozen baits. And that box will cover an entire season of weekend trips without running out. Cecil said the commercial scent industry grew up in the 1970s and 80s by telling anglers that natural methods were inconsistent and hard to apply, but the products they sold were mineral oil bases with synthetic fragrance compounds. The actual active protein component was a fraction of what the label implied, and it dispersed faster in water than natural collagen protein does. Cecil had tested commercial sprays directly against the gelatin method on the same water, on the same morning with the same species. The gelatin coating produced measurably longer trailing scent dispersal on every test, because the protein structure bonds to the bait surface instead of sitting on top of it. A $3 box of Knox gelatin contains more usable protein per application than any 2-ounce bottle of commercial scent spray on the market right now. The Louisiana tournament circuit banned gelatin applications in the early 1990s, the same way they banned other materials that were producing results. Too consistent across too many anglers for the field to ignore. Cecil stopped sharing the technique around the same time, not because the ban applied to recreational fishing anywhere in the country, but because every time he mentioned it, someone at the dock called it old-timer nonsense. He stopped offering it. He just kept using it quietly for 30 more years and showed up every morning with fish while everyone else talked about their presentations. Before I get into the exact method, Cecil showed me that afternoon, if you want 10 more techniques like this that cost almost nothing. The forbidden baits add-on inside the angler's vault has the full recipe list. Catfish killer dough, the ivory soap trick, the bacon grease dip, and 7 more, all completely legal and all under $5. Scan the QR code in the top and left corner or click the first link in the description. But stay here because the application method is everything with this technique. Here is the exact application Cecil walked me through that morning. Step 1 is to wet the bait slightly before you apply anything. If you are using a soft plastic, run it quickly through the water in your bucket. If you are using cut bait or a natural bait, it is probably already moist enough. The light moisture is what helps the gelatin adhere to the surface, Dry bait sheds the powder before it bonds them. Step 2 is to open the packet and pour a small amount into your palm. A pinch about the size of your thumbnail is enough for one medium soft plastic. Too much, and you create a visible crust on the bait that changes the action. You want a thin, even coat, not a thick shell. Step 3 is to press the bait lightly into the powder in your palm. Roll it once or twice with your fingers until the surface is lightly coated. The whole process from wet to ready takes about 10 to 15 seconds. Cecil said the coating holds well for roughly 45 minutes of fishing. After that, it has dispersed fully into the water. Reapply every 45 minutes or immediately after catching a fish, because the strike often removes the coating from the bait surface. For natural bait, like minnows or small crawfish, lower the bait briefly into a small cup of water mixed with a light gelatin solution. 1/4 packet dissolved in half. A cup of water works well. Let the bait soak for 30 seconds, then remove it and fish it immediately. The coating adheres to the slime layer of the natural bait and releases slowly through the water for the full 45-minute window. Now here are the variations that extend this further. For largemouth and catfish, mix gelatin powder with garlic powder at a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 parts gelatin to 1 part garlic. The garlic adds an amino acid trigger, specifically effective for both species. Use it exactly the same way as the plain gelatin application. For fishing in murky or stained water where chemical signals carry differently, add a small amount of anise extract to your dissolved gelatin solution. 1 or 2 drops per half cup is enough. Anise disperses through water at a different molecular rate than protein alone, and it extends the effective detection range in low visibility conditions. Cecil used this variation specifically in the Mobile Delta during spring runoff, when the water was thick with tannins and suspended sediment. He said plain gelatin in stained water works at maybe 15 feet of detection range. The anise variation in the same water pushed that out to closer to 30 feet. For crappie and bluegill, the plain gelatin at standard ratio is enough. Their lateral line sensitivity is high and they do not need the additional compound. For walleye in clear water, Cecil recommended halving the application amount. Walleye have exceptional sensory sensitivity and too much protein. Signal reads as unnatural. A lighter coat in clear water produces cleaner results than a full application. In cold water below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, double your application. The protein dispersal rate slows in cold water the same way all chemical signals do. A heavier initial coat compensates for the slower release and shorter detection window. In summer heat, keep your treated baits in a small cooler between casts. Heat breaks down the protein coating faster than the 45-minute window. A cooler extends effective coating life by 10 to 15 minutes per application. The saltwater variation is simple. Crush dried shrimp or crab shells into a fine powder mix at a 1-to-1 ratio with the gelatin powder and apply the same way. The crustacean protein profile matches the food signature saltwater species are hunting. Now put the numbers next to each other. A standard 2-ounce commercial scent spray runs between $15 and $20. It covers somewhere between 20 and 30 applications before it is empty. A box of Knox gelatin costs $3 at any grocery store in the country. It contains 4 packets. Each packet treats roughly a dozen baits. 1 box covers an entire season of weekend trips for most recreational anglers. Cecil has been buying 1 box per year for decades. He has never once bought a commercial scent product. He has also never once had a morning like the one I had before I met him, where I came back with 3 fish and wondered what I was doing wrong. The answer was $3. It had been $3 the entire time. Cecil fished that lake every Tuesday and Thursday morning. He had been doing it for decades. The regulars at the boat ramp knew him by name, but none of them knew what he put on his baits. He never hid it exactly. He just never brought it up, unless someone asked, and most people never asked. Because a box of gelatin in a tackle bag looks like a mistake, not a method that has been outfishing every commercial product on the shelf. Since before most of those products existed, if you want 10 more methods at this price point or lower, the Forbidden Baits add-on inside the Angler's Vault has the complete list, Catfish Killer Dough, the Hot Dog Chunk Method, the Ivory Soap Trick, and 7 more, all completely legal and all under $5. Total, scan the QR code in the top left corner or click the first link in the description. The complete system is inside the Angler's Vault.